Wild Swan Story. Once upon a time, a kingdom far away, there lived a king with his 12 sons and only daughter, Elisa. They were a happy family until the king married a wicked queen who was skilled in dark magic. The new queen despised the children and decided to get rid of them. One day, the queen sent Elisa away to a distant village to spend some time see the problems of common people. On Elisa's absence, the wicked queen cast a curse on the 12 princes, transforming them into wild swans. Every day, the brothers would fly as swans, but at night they regained their human form. As Elisa grew older, she was finally allowed to return to the palace. But the queen used magic to ruin her face to make her look ugly. When Elisa arrived, her father couldn't recognize his beloved daughter and sent her away in sorrow. Alone and destitute, Elisa wandered through the woods. One day, she found a stream and washed her face, which restored her beauty. An old man saw Elisa in woods and bowed the princess. The old man took Elisa to his cottage. Elisa started living in woods in small cottage. One evening, when Elisa sat near the stream, she saw 12 swans appeared, and as the sun set, they transformed back into her brothers. Elisa was overjoyed to see her brothers after such a long time. The brothers explained their curse and told Elisa they were forced to remain as swans by day, only regaining their human forms at night. Elisa was determined to break the spell of the queen witch, no matter the cost. That night, in Elisa's dream, a fairy appeared and said to Elisa,
"You will save your brothers, but you need to weave 12 shirts from nettles, which you would gather from graveyards. But there was one catch: you have to complete this task in complete silence. If you spoke a single word before finishing, your brothers would remain swans forever."
Elisa set to work immediately, gathering the painful nettles from the graveyard and spinning them into yarn. Though her hands bled, she toiled on in silence, making the shirts. One day, the king of a nearby country came upon her in the forest, where she was weaving nettles into shirts. Captivated by her beauty and grace, he brought her to his castle. Though Elisa couldn't speak, the king was drawn to her, and they were soon married. But not everyone in the kingdom accepted the mysterious, silent queen. Many thought she was a witch, and soon suspicions and rumors spread. The king's advisors, fearful of her silence, grew suspicious. Eventually, they accused her of witchcraft and sentenced her to death. Still, Elisa did not speak a word in her own defense, determined to break the curse on her brothers. On the day of her execution, Elisa had finished the final shirt. As she was being led to the stake, she saw the 12 swans flying toward her. With one last desperate effort to save her, she threw the shirts over her brothers. In a flash, the swans transformed back into human form. Elisa's silence and sacrifice were finally understood. Her brothers explained the truth of her silence, and the king wept in relief and joy. Elisa was freed, and she and her brothers and the king all lived in peace and happiness from that day forward. The Wild Swans is a story of love, sacrifice, and courage, showing how Elisa's courage and loyalty were strong enough to overcome even the most powerful of curses.